Hello. We are live today at the Alchemy of Happiness. We're talking about taking an in-depth look at the myth of I will be happy when. I know it takes a few moments for all of you to pop on, so I will take this time to mention that for those of you who watch these later, I do have a YouTube channel set up now. That means you can view condensed versions of these live videos, plus all of the quick 1-minute happiness tips. I'm working on changing the handle because I don't think that's quite set up right yet. I know you can look it up by my name, Annika Weinfeld. You can look it up. It's listed as the Alchemy of Happiness, but I don't know that it shows up that way yet. Working on the handle. Did I mention condensed versions of these live videos? Yeah, that's where it's at. All right, as you're popping on, let me know when you're here. Shoot me a little message in the comments. Talking about the myth of I'll be happy when. I would love to take your comments, what you've noticed throughout the week. If this is the first time you've heard of this, share your thoughts. I'll take questions. It doesn't even have to be on the topic or the theme, anything about what you're noticing as it relates to your emotions, your happiness, what's going on in your world, what works, your definitions. All of that is welcome when we do these Q&As. So this is another theme that I thought I would skirt under the radar. I thought that I wasn't going to be subjected to this. I thought I was living in the moment. It was a sneaky one. It showed up for me too. It showed up actually on Sunday when I was thinking about looking forward to a meeting that I had on Monday that was going to clear up some information for me, just get me some answers. And I wasn't even looking forward to it as much as feeling almost shut down until I got those answers. Like, oh, well, I'm not gonna be okay until I get the answers from these meetings. I might as well just numb out. Oh, caught myself. That was me putting weight on my happiness in the future to make me okay. That was one of the ways that it worked on me this week. Anytime we're thinking, I'll be happy when it's Friday. I'll be happy when I can go on vacation. I'll be happy when things settle down at work. I'll be happy when I'm in that healthy relationship. That's taking our control away from how we can be positive and happy in the moment right now. It's putting a lot of pressure and onus on those external circumstances, those external situations. And we don't have control over those. All we have control over is who we're being in the moment. I'm going to come back to that too. I was thinking about this. This might be challenging, what I'm going to bring up next, so hang in there with me. If we remove the qualifiers, so instead of I'll be happy when blah, 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 or even to the point of I am happy because, this is where it starts to get a little bit more challenging. I am happy because this and this and this, a lot of that plays into the gratitude we spoke to before. I'm going to break that down and challenge that a little bit because, and this is going to get a little tough again, hang in there with me. I am happy. That's it. This is super, super duper challenging depending on your definition of happiness. That's why we're doing these videos, these themes of the week, is to give you a chance to define your own happiness in a way that doesn't limit you to experiencing it and feeling it right now. You could say, I am happy and I have all of this stuff that's going on. There are things that I want, and I am still a happy person. You can also be experiencing sadness and anger and still be a happy person. This is a choice that you make every day. That is a super triggery point for a lot of people. Hang in there with that one. If you feel like it's unfair, you might have a view on what it takes to make you happy that is limiting you, that doesn't allow you to feel it and experience it. I want to give you permission to create a definition for you, not anyone else's definition, for you, that allows this happiness to come to you, allows it to land, allows you to feel it now. That working definition of happiness is not going to come in a quick video like this, in these conversations, when we go live, when I post the tips. It is an ongoing inquiry. That's where we talk about happiness is a skill that can be practiced. When you want to take an in-depth look, you can work with me on this. This is what I do in my coaching program, is really customize a happiness plan for the individual, not based on what is going on out there. The goals even, yes, we're working on goals, but we're not putting our happiness wrapped up in that basket of when that happens. Again, I'll mention that YouTube channel. That's a great way to start that practice. If you're feeling like I just can't choose this right now, go back and check out those YouTube videos that I've started to load up on that channel. A great way to start getting it into your awareness, practicing different things on a weekly basis that can allow you to make that choice every day, in the moment, in any given moment, even though there may be things that are going on that suck a little. Along with the myth of I'll be happy when, there's this myth of more. Have you ever thought about when, especially in our culture, when you have more, whatever it is, fill in the blank, whatever your definition of more is, when you have more, then you can do what you want and you can finally be the person that you want to be. Anybody that just caught that might know where I'm going with this, I'm going to switch that around and give you some power there. Instead of putting the power out there on having those things, doing those things, getting to this point, shift it around to where we have the power. Instead of the have, do, be, we're switching it to the be, do, have. That means you get to control how you're being in each and every moment in order to inspire your actions. And then all of a sudden, the things that you want, it may not be all of a sudden, depends, but these things that you're asking for start to gravitate towards you. This is what makes us magnetic, who we're being in the moment. That's why I'm working on this happiness stuff now, not putting it out there in the future. For those of you who are popping in and watching this later, feel free to pop in comments after the fact. I will reply to them on my page. This be, do, have paradigm is a fantastic one for a weekly theme. It's one we can come back to. I don't know if it'll be next week, but it'll probably come up. Let me put out a charge to close this video for today. If we're going to unravel this myth of I'll be happy when blah, 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 I'll be happy when this happens, and start to challenge what we can be happy for in the moment. What can it look like? We've talked about gratitude, noticing simple things we can be grateful for. This is still wrapping up our happiness in something else rather than saying, I am a happy person. However, when we're training it, it's okay to play with it a little bit, especially if we have a tough time accessing this happiness right now. Last week, when we were talking about the gradient of happiness, the spectrum, how there are lots of different definitions, as I'm encouraging you all to have your own definition. There are lots of different ways that this happiness can look like. You get to define it, and it might look like a lot of different things on the spectrum. Over the next few days, if we think of our happiness like the spectrum as we were mentioning last week, and I'm introducing this concept of the be, do, have, if you can think of what falls on your happiness spectrum, is it peace? Is it comfort? Is it laughter? Where do these things fall on a scale of 1 to 100? Choose one you want to work on. Just one. Maybe it's courage. Maybe courage makes you happy. That's a tough one, but it can still fall on the spectrum, right? So choose something. Compassion to look at over the next few days. Step into that where you're focusing on, I am going to be compassion over the next few days. I'm going to be courage. Choose who you want to be as far as a way that you want to feel, of something that you want to give to others, something that you want to receive, and be that over the next few days. Great way to be happy in the moment, not putting your happiness wrapped up into that next thing that might be coming down the pike. Have a blast creating this for yourself. Let's see who you can be in the next few days. Again, no judgment. Give yourself some permission to not be perfect at this. This is just a practice. That means we get to experiment. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye.